Hey there, how are you? I'm Star Penn. I am your leaky gut coach, and I'm the creator of the JIA Blueprint. And one of the questions that I get asked all the time is about pain relief and emotional support for our JIA child. Whether we need to go the medical route or not, we're still, as parents, always looking for ways to support them and help them in ways that may go beyond a medical solution. Not that there's anything wrong with using naproxen for pain, for taking methotrexate for inflammation and swelling or other biologics at all. And nor is it wrong to handle our child's emotional struggles medically or with getting proper therapy and things like that, because it's hard enough being a kid right now in today's world, as if we have young ones and they're preteens already going into teenage years, we all know how hard it is for them. And their emotional struggles come partly from the world that they're born into. You think about how much we protect them compared to the way we were protected, but yet how much more sensitive and distraught that they are emotionally. And it's not because they're weak. It actually has a lot to do with their gut microbiome, because there's something called the gut-brain axis, and the life of the gut, and those that rule the world down there are going to be sending signals to the brain, thoughts to think, feelings to feel. So lots of young ones where you and I would say, if we even do have, some of us do struggle with anxiety and depression and things like that, it probably wasn't something that happened until later in our life. And we would probably all agree that I never felt that at their age. I never even considered what that would feel like. So when we have a little one, a 10-year-old or even younger, and they're actually having panic attacks and anxiety, I mean, it literally breaks our heart. And also when we see them in physical pain, right? We know what we used to do as kids and how, I mean, to even have a headache. I don't even think I had a headache before as a kid unless I had the flu. It wasn't until I got older. And so these poor babies, right? They have to deal with so much. And so by all means, my motto always is, we are living in the modern world. If we have something at our disposal that can get our child out of pain, we absolutely want to use it. We never want to martyr our child and make them endure pain for the sake of an ideal picture of not using certain things. Of course, it's always great if you're in a program like the JIA Blueprint, because we are, even though we might use meds, as rescue, as a rescue solution at a certain time, the idea is to gradually get off them. The idea is to detox the body of any harm that they might have done to the body. And so that way there's no residual. And so we can confidently use these rescue remedies and things that are out there for us, because we know they can't do lasting harm, because everything that we're going to do, even if we're using temporarily, we're going to fix it. And so that's great. But what I wanted to share with you today is a technique that I share with my families. And listen, there's a lot of hokey things out there that in the past I would have absolutely been like, yeah, right, that's completely hokey. And maybe you feel that way. As time has gone on, I've become a little more hokey. And I'm seeing that there is much more to us than just the flesh and blood. We are energetic beings, and there's a lot that we can do to not just reduce our physical pain ourselves, but there's also things that we can do to reduce our anxiety. Again, this is not instead of, this is not saying that any of the other things aren't okay to use. But if you are looking for other techniques and things that you can do that are completely free, and that it can be a skill that you teach your child that they can then use on into their adult life, wouldn't this be like a wonderful thing? So what I teach my clients, it's called EFT, and it's the emotional freedom technique. Maybe you've heard of it. The beautiful thing is that it's something that we can do by ourselves. We can do it anywhere. We can do it anywhere. And again, we don't have to spend money on it. And I said that it's free. We can do it anywhere, and we can empower ourselves, and we can customize it. That's what I was going to say. We can customize it to exactly what it is that we need and what we're going through in that moment. So it's called tapping because what we're doing is we're hitting the different meridians in the body. And these are them. I'm just kind of, starting here. We're hitting the different meridians in the body and awakening them. And we're sending messages to the body. We're verbally sending messages to the body. And by doing this, based on what we're saying and what we're telling ourselves, and while we're tapping these meridian points, they become true for our body. So, for example, if your child's in pain, physically in pain, or if your child is emotionally in pain, of those things makes cortisol go up in the body. And when cortisol is up in the body, the microbiome goes down in the body, leaving the body, the gut, the body just open. It's defenseless. It's open to yeast overgrowth. It's open to underlying infections and parasite overgrowth and all sorts of things that contribute to an imbalanced gut microbiome. So we always want that microbiome up and thriving and healthy. And a good part of that is, right, seeding our body with good, healthy foods that are live and probiotic and can seed our gut. But there's also the other component. If our thoughts, believe it or not, or our feelings in our gut are off, or if we are in chronic pain, the cortisol, my gut microbiome down. Now we lose. So you could be eating all the right foods. You can be taking a gazillion expensive supplements. You can even be doing all of the Western medicine stuff and acupuncture, chiropractic, you name it. You can be doing all those things and still not heal and just not budge and not be able to heal. And that's because people aren't recognizing the very real, the emotional component to healing. So emotional can mean I'm in physical pain, right? That affects our emotions, or I'm in physical pain, right? That affects our emotions, or I'm in emotional pain. I'm sad. I'm scared. I'm anxious. Those are the things they will get us off balance. So then we can't heal. So what a waste, right? If we leave out this very crucial component, we're spinning our wheels. We're completely wasting our time. So by all means, find things for your kids that can help them to get in touch with their emotions, to calm their emotions. There's lots of different techniques out there that we use inside the blueprint. But what I wanted to share with you today is EFT, because it takes a second to do, it takes a second to learn. You can empower your kids to do it. I would go tell my daughter, I would say, have you done some tapping? And she would just go in her room and do it. She'd be 13. She didn't need me to do it with her once I taught her how. And she always told me, yes, it worked, whether it was an issue with friends or stress with a project at school or anything, really anything. It would absolutely bring her emotions back to set. So what we're doing is we're tapping on the meridians, and we can do this. We can set a timer and, for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, or we can say, I'm going to do this 10 times. But what we're doing is we're sending the information that we want our body to believe. So let's say, for instance, it's physical pain that our child is dealing with. Let's say it's physical pain in the ankle, okay? These aren't exact words. You can come up with your own words. So you can write them down for your child, or they can just say what they want. But it can say, I have pain in my ankle right now, but it won't be there forever. The pain is there for a reason, but I'm fixing it. My mom is helping me fix it. And so we're doing the top of the head, the temples, we're doing under here, we're doing here, and we're doing the tummy, the center of the tummy, okay? And then we come back up. So it's 1, 2, under here. Did I skip that one? It's here, here, under here, 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 like in the shoulder blades. The body's very forgiving, it knows. and then here at the belly, okay? And there's not a set amount of time. You can do it 5 times, you do it 10 times. I'm looking at myself doing it. Okay. So, but it's okay because we know what to do. We're fixing it every day. My body is healing every day. Even though I feel pain right now, I know it's not going to last forever. I feel less pain right now than I did before I started. My pain seems to be getting less. I feel it a little bit less in my body than I did before. I know that there's a reason for my pain, and we're working on fixing it. My mom knows just how to fix it. My mom is learning so much to try to help me, and I already see myself getting better. I'm looking forward to when my ankle doesn't hurt anymore. When my ankle doesn't hurt anymore, my dad said I can join gymnastics. I'm so excited for gymnastics. Do you see what I'm doing here? Now this is something separate than other things that are out there, manifestation and things like that. Does that bring that about? That's not really what we're doing here. Whether or not that does, that's another subject. I'm not a professional in that, and I'm not going to begin to speak on that. But what I do know is that by tapping into the meridians in the body and sending the positive messages to the body, and we're activating what they call the different chakras in the body, it's causing the energy in the body to flow. It's breaking up that clogged chi that they call it. And that's what this is doing. And it's getting things moving again, because that's what we want in the body. So we want that free flow of energy. Anytime we have any of these physical, on another level, like in a Chinese medicine level and a bioenergetic level, that anytime we have an illness or a mental block or some sort of pain, there is always something energetic where the flow, it's just not flowing. It's going like this, skirt, and then it's coming back. Then it wants to go this way and it's skirt, and it's coming back. And it could be in the liver, could be anger. That's usually where we hold our anger, in the liver. Could be here in the lungs. That's where we hold our grief, right? So there's different organs that they hold onto our emotions. They lock them away. And so when we're struggling with something and we can't, and our kids or we can't seem to get out of it, it's a blocked energy. So that's what this is doing. It's helping to unblock that energy. We're not really trying to manifest, so to speak. I'm not saying that that's not also what's happening. I really don't know. But what we're doing is we're manually trying to open up the energy pathways so that way it can flow through the body and heal. Because that's one of the reasons, not reasons, but it is one of the reasons not why we get sick, I don't want to say necessarily, even though it does play a part, but it is one of the reasons why we can do so much and so much and so much and just never really get there. It's usually an energetic block. And so rather than finding expensive ways to go about doing that, you can go get acupuncture, would do this. Chiropractic might do this. This is something for free. And this is something that you can just do anytime you want. You can, even if you couldn't break them all, you could sit at your desk, if nobody's watching at work, and do this for a minute and say it in your head, what you need to see. So the same thing that I just demonstrated, you can do for anything. And an emotional problem, right? I just got in a fight with my best friend. I'm so angry with her. She really violated me. I can't believe she was so unkind. She was talking to, right? But I love her, and go through the emotions and the solution and what you want the solution to be, and do the tapping. And again, I want to reinforce, why are we doing this? Yes, it's to feel better. Yes, it is proven. It is called EFT, the Emotional Freedom Technique. It has been scientifically proven to reduce pain and inflammation in the body. It has been shown in studies to bring down cortisol levels, to restore a state of peace, to reduce anxiety, to uplift depression. This actually does work, as hokey as it might seem. And so I wanted to share it with you because I share it with my moms, because our kids are tough, right? And not because they're withholding their emotions and feelings on purpose, but they don't understand them. And so it's hard, sometimes it's hard to get to, you want to dig and find out what's bothering them, and you want to fix them, and you want to give them advice, and they got nothing. They got nothing to share. They got nothing to tell you. They don't know what you have, how to do. They're fine, right? They're fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. They're not fine. But it's not because they have all this that they could tell you and they're choosing not to. They can't even access it. They can't even access it. And so it is key to the healing to bring down that fight or flight mode that a lot of us are living in. We got to bring it down. And that's how we do it. That's one of the ways that we do it. So I hope that you enjoyed that technique. I hope you use it. Share with me. Let me know if it was beneficial to you. This is something you could do on a baby, by the way. You could do it to them and you could say the words. They don't need to know exactly what it means. They know the intention of the words. So if you have a little baby, you can do it on them too. Or someone that can't speak and do it on themselves, you can do that. You can put them on your lap and you can out them and you can do it on them. And they'll like that. They'll enjoy that. So again, I hope this technique helped you. Please mention in the comments if it did. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with anybody that you know, even if it's not juvenile arthritis, if they have kids that are dealing with different emotional stuff, because that's all gut stuff too. And what we do in the blueprint helps all autoimmune neurological hormonal issues. So this will help them as well, and it'll help you too. All righty. See you next time.